Okay. Okay. I'm very excited. I'm not ready and I'm very excited. So I'm going to say hello. I've been so buried, so busy today. Hello, everyone. Oh my goodness. So much happening. So much happening. Um, I am not ready.
You're what?
I said I'm not ready. I have to message my team. Oh my goodness. Okay, well I'm gonna task the magical team members. Um, so okay, let's start over. This is day 5. This is the party after the party. We had 4 days of parties. And this is day 5 of the party where all we're doing is celebrating that everyone just did 4 awesome lessons, or 5 or 6 or 7 or 8, depending on how carried away you got with all the mixed media things on day 3. We're going to talk about Lucy's project today. And so Lucy's here again today to answer questions. We have 5 winners to announce, and I haven't even picked them yet. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go tell my magical team members. Let's see. Tara picked all 4 winners yesterday. How about let's see, Margot. Why don't since Jeanette is my lady of the links and is always so busy getting links for everyone. Margot, if you're listening, you should be on. Can you go please search the hashtag art party looking for 5 mermaids 5 mermaid executors who did Lucy's lesson. Look at all the trash behind me. I have like a laundry
I know.
basket
Look
and
at my messy studio.
and a trash can and a dog bone. I'm like, good Lord, Karen, clean up your shit. And then Margot, can you text me if that's okay? And what Tara did yesterday, she sent me screenshots of everybody, which was super helpful because then I could also see which ones as well. And I will text you also and make sure that you're here. But you guys, I don't even have comments, so I didn't even see anyone saying hello. Okay. Good morning, Nancy. Oh, look at all these names today. Wonderful, wonderful, wonderful. This is still my favorite name. She's Mary Louisa's here again. I
know,
just
it's such a
recognized by your
gorgeous
amazing
name.
Mary Louisa Sorrentino. I'm going to say it every
Makes me
time.
want to change my name to
It
something
does.
more interesting.
It makes me want to like put on leather and like grab a cigarette with like a cigarette holder and be like, hello. Tara's in the house. Hello. I see Kathy. Hello. Brightside. LM Bright. Love it. Dawn. Hello. Oh, awesome. Oh my God, Wayne's World. I feel as dumb as Wayne's World today because my life is going way too fast. Linda, I see you loud and clear, my friend. So you look amazing. Oh, thank you, Margot. Margot is one of my amazing magical team
Thank you,
members.
Margot.
Thank you, Margot. I'm sorry to hit you with that last minute, but I just got off a Zoom like 15 seconds ago, and so I'm just running top speed. Carol, good morning. Shelly Jack's having a little trouble watching. I'm sorry to hear that. The art party announcement, was sent. I think I sent that email at 9 a.m. this morning, but you still got here okay, so that's amazing. So how did everyone enjoy Lucy's Mermaid?
Can I cut in a minute?
Yeah,
because
I'm done.
I've already noticed a couple of comments, so I don't know whether it's best to speak about this now or wait until more people come on. But I saw quite a few people saying that they were having problems with the face. So I wanted to give a few tips and hints. And the first one is, first of all, if you're new to this, don't give yourself a hard time. We're copying a master artist, an artist that way better than me or Karen. He has proper books out that are like, he's like been making art for a long time. So don't expect yours to look like his or mine. Yours can look like yours, so it doesn't matter if it's not the same. That's my first hint. The second one is that the face is really small. So it's much harder to draw a small face than it is to draw a full-size face, because when you draw a full-size face, you've got loads of wiggle room for putting in the features. When I do a small face, I try and make it a lot simpler. So if you're struggling, you can even get away with just doing like a closed eye. So just like a curved line for the eye without, because drawing a 3/4 view eye that small can be a little bit tricky. So if you're finding that hard, just do like a curved line and some eyelashes for the eye. And the same for the mouth. You can almost make it a little bit more cartoony in a way, or fashion illustration-y, where you just do like a line for the nose, like a triangle for the nose, a line for the mouth, and a line for the eye, because it's such a small face. So I probably tried to copy Jean-Baptiste Mongeau. I can't say his name. His face, because he's got quite a lot of detail in it. But if you're finding it hard, just make it super simple. That's my first tip. Second tip is, let me see if I can find the example. Hang on 2 seconds.
Yeah, I just will say, I'll just interject while she's off and grabbing that, which usually is like big drawings, tons of detail.
I don't know what I did with it. But if you twist it to the side so that it's, because at the moment the face is pointing down the way, so it's at a bit of a funny angle. If you turn it so that the face, turn your page so the face is pointing out the way and draw it like that, then it will be easier for your brain to like figure out where things go. I'll get the book with the illustration in a minute and show you where that is, but I tidied it away yesterday, and as you can see, my studio is a huge mess, and I put it somewhere and I can't remember exactly where I put it. The other thing I would say is, if you are super learning and you're new to all of this and you want to have fun and you want to learn some things, don't feel like you have to learn everything all in one session. So break down what you want to learn. If you want to learn the drawing part, you can spend all your time doing that and try and perfect it without painting it. If you want to just have fun doing the shading and the painting, you could trace the reference. And then you can do all the shading and the painting on top, and you'll find that a lot easier because you've already got like the bare bones of the drawing, and there's absolutely no shame in that. Like, there's nothing wrong with saying, I really want to have fun learning the shading, but I'm finding it hard drawing the face. Okay, I'm going to trace the face because that gets me over that hurdle, and I'll learn that at another point. So then I'm not getting like frustrated with myself. And then I can like do the shading, and it gives you a bit of confidence, so that maybe you try it some other time. I'm seeing some people from the Celtic Collective who've already done this lesson, posting in the group, and they've now done it a second time, and they've like changed bits up, or they felt like they improved upon themselves. So there's nothing wrong with doing that. You could say, well, I'll trace the outline because that's the bit I'm finding really tough. I want to have fun painting. There's nothing wrong with that either. Would you agree, Karen?
Yeah, and also, like, remember, this is a party, guys. Like,
exactly.
We're just here to have fun.
Exactly.
So those are great tips, and especially I think number one, which is the most important, which is to like, guys, it's just a piece of paper. It's just some art. We're having a party. Like, go easy. Be nice to yourself. Like, it's okay. There's so many like really bad, horrible things in the world, and like this face ain't on that list. Like, it's all for fun. Some other tips that I have. So I really struggle with drawing anything small, like not even a face, like literally anything, which is why I always work big, because it's easier. So some other tips could be, if you are approaching a project that has small faces, do it on a huge piece of paper. Because then guess what? Your face just got big. That's
Good
exactly
idea.
why I do what I do. That's exactly why I always work huge, is because I always struggle with tiny details. I don't know if I just like have giant hands or bad like fine motor skills, but I really struggle always. It's always been a struggle for me. And that's exactly, I just help myself out by working on huge paper. That's exactly why I do it. Another tip is to use a tiny pencil, like a really thin. So like my favorite pencil is like a Blackwing, but it's huge. Its nib is ginormous. So I would automatically switch to a mechanical pencil, number one. And then I would switch for my tiniest sled. So I would grab like a 0.3, because that way, like your lines are now tiny, which it matches your tiny face. So that's like another hot tip that can help you weigh. And my third other little tip is the smaller the face, the less detail there is. So if you have a teeny tiny face, like Lucy was saying, eyes, nose, literally like a dot. Remember our fashion figure girls? Their faces were tiny too. And the nose is like a dot. And the mouth is like, it's like a line this big. And like, that's all you do. So, as thin lead as possible. Be nice to yourself. And you know, and less is more on a tiny face for sure. For those, yeah, you're fine. For those that are in the FunFab Drawing Club or want to join the FunFab Drawing Club, which you can, in my FunFab Figures classroom, we start off by drawing mini faces, and I have practice sheets where I give you the ovals. I give you sheets and sheets of ovals for front, 3/4 portrait, and profile, so you can literally just practice your tiny faces over and over and over and over again. So if you guys, my drawing club members, go to the FunFab Figures classroom, you can print off those practice worksheets for yourself. And if anybody wants to come and join any of the clubs, they're open until Thursday. Just go to awesomeartschool.com. But that's a great practice sheet that will help with this exact issue.
Yeah. So like looking at my one, if you look at it at this, I find it really hard looking in this screen to get my hand to go in the right direction. If you're looking at from this angle, that's like a funny angle to draw it from. If I twist my page round so that her face is facing at the flat, couldn't think of the angle, at the flat, then it's easier for me to do it that way, because if I was looking at another portrait where the face was just facing flat rather than down the way, it's so much easier for my brain to figure out where things should go. So you can turn your page and then turn it back around, and then you can always do that a few times and check it as you're drawing. The way that I drew it, because I was copying his, there's even like a little bit of this eye here. So it's not a 3/4 profile, and it's not a profile. It's like a little bit off, because there's a little bit of that eye, which makes it possibly a little bit more complicated to draw. But you don't have to do it like that. You could just do a profile face, or you can even, if you want, twist her head round and make her head facing forward if you find it easier to do the face facing forward. So if you think, well, I don't know how to draw a face going that way, but you could make her face just facing forward in the paper, and her body's twisted round. She could be sitting like that. So try and think of how you can do it that works for you without getting yourself like all in a pickle about it, basically.
Yeah. Linda Levin had a really good suggestion, which was she has her hair like blowing around, which covers the whole face. You know, like you can get creative that way too.
If you have taken a lot of my lessons either here or in my online school, which is Lucy's Art Lab, you'll know that I feel like I suck at drawing hands, and I always manage to like figure out away at covering up, like I'll put like the hair covers the hand, or the clothing covers the hand or something, so that I'm not having to draw too many hands like every single time, because I find it a little bit stressful. Like, it's your picture. You can change it so that you can make it easier for you at like the level of experience that you've got.
Yeah, for sure. And to make you guys all feel better too, like I can draw the most kick-ass, super realistic hand in any position ever. I've published a book on it. I've taught 31 hand positions. But like, remember the fashion girl with a lobster claw from day 2? You give me a tiny hand, I can't do it. I can't do it. It's like everything's distorted and huge and doesn't work. It doesn't make any sense. So again, tiny is hard. So be nice to yourself, work bigger. If you need to hide stuff, who cares? Totally. Like, tuck the hand, put it in a pocket. Like, I've done all sorts of weird things so I didn't have to draw them. Yes, have billowing hair so you don't see anything, right? Like, there's another thing that I sometimes do with things that are really hard is I will swap the face. So, and we do this all the time when we teach. Like, we'll do like a mashup of references. I'll be like, oh, that mermaid face is too hard. So I will like go on Pinterest and I'll find someone that has the same head position, but that's a much easier, like a much easier view to copy. And I'll like put her face in that. And that also helps make it your own. So there's like there's always an upside to changing things, which is then it just becomes more and more yours, which is always a good thing.
Linda said I should take your class on drawing hands. That's a good idea.
Yeah. It's in I sell it separately, but that's in the Fun Fab Drawing Club if you want to get it super cheap. It's really fascinating. And honestly, the people that do those hand drawings are come out like your observational skills. That's what skyrockets. And your shading, like, oh my God, it's all shading. It's bananas.
I mean, the other thing is that don't feel that you need to do I mean, this art party is a little bit different, but just in regards to your regular art experiences, don't feel that you need to do a finished picture every single time. That's what sketchbooks are great for. Like, if you say, right, I suck at drawing faces in profile, you can do like a whole pages of quick sketchbook sketches, practicing them before you do a finished painting, so that when you then go to do your finished painting, you feel a little bit more experienced in how you're going to draw something, or hands, or whatever it is that you feel like you need, that you want to have extra practice in.
Yeah, for sure. Like, starting a sketchbook habit is a really smart idea. I started doing that with my Fun Fab Drawing Club people too, which was like, and a little bit in the Celtic Collective actually for this coming up month, because I was practicing all these crazy expressions. Like, I'm not going to do that as like masterpieces. Like, I'm just practicing. So I turned my camera on in my sketchbook and I'm doing these insane, ridiculous expressions. But like, every drawing doesn't have to be a masterpiece. You can have a million practice sheets and then do your masterpiece. There's never a bad time.
Trisha wrote, nothing better than a pair of mittens on a mermaid.
Bingo. Love it so much.
And then Ellen said, maybe Karen will give Lucy a discount on the hands class if I'm really nice to you.
Maybe. I don't know.
I'm just kidding. Nice.
What do I get? I'm just kidding. I don't think she'd probably want to. She doesn't have any time. That's my problem.
That's my problem.
I don't have
time to take other people's classes.
I'm just going to highlight this comment really quickly. She said, I'm just barely finishing my fairy. It was my second try, and she totally evolved from what I thought she would be, but it's all good. I'll post it very soon. I feel so bad that I'm kind of behind. So first of all, you're not behind. You guys, everyone who signed up for the art party has lifetime access to these lessons, okay? So there's no behind. You can do them next week. You can do them next year. You can do them 10 years from now. It's all good. And that goes for my club members too. You cannot be behind at Awesome Art School. You guys just do whatever you want. Also, in regards to this sentence where it says, hopefully we can still post on this page for a while. you guys, you don't leave us. If you join the Facebook group and you love being here, this is a public, it's my private community, but anyone who enjoys art is allowed to be here. You can post pictures from other art teachers. That is allowed. As long as you love art and you're supportive of other people, you're welcome in here. Like, period. So you're welcome to say, we would love to see what you keep working on. Just because if you don't want to join the club, that's totally fine. If you want to keep working on your projects, that's amazing. We would love to see them. So everyone is welcome. I don't feel like you do not have to leave once it's over. And I have giveaways every single month for doing all sorts of things. And I have YouTube videos, and the fun never ends. So please stay and hang out. We would love to have you. I just had to address those 2 issues. Do you say any? I lost track of thing. Let me see. I'm looking. If you have a question, please put it in all caps. If you don't have a question, please refrain from using all caps. You can chitter chatter, but I'm trying to make sure if you have any art questions.
That's our way of finding the questions.
Because when we're gabbing, the chat keeps going. So we have to kind of catch up. So when you're writing in caps, we can make sure. I definitely saw a question on a graph gear pencil, and I want to make sure I go find it. Where was that question? I saw it. It was about graph gear. Where I'm losing my marbles. I know that I saw it. Oh, here we go. Is Graph Gear 1000 course feeling with the diamond texture? I think, is that your autocorrect having a play? Because I have no idea what that sentence means. What lead size do you sketch? Okay, that I can answer. And thanks, ladies. If you want to re-ask this first question, I think maybe your autocorrect was having fun. I typically use, like, for everyday drawing, I like a 0.5 or a 0.7.
Yeah, I use a 0.5 most of the time, but I do have a 0.3 as well.
But like for this mermaid's face, I would have done my 0.3 because it's so little, and that would have helped me be successful. Bodies. Yeah, we do bodies in the Fun Fab Drawing Club. And we also do actually quite a lot of bodies in the Celtic Collective. I hardly do any bodies in the mixed media. And Linda Levin, I did see your comment. If I saw your reaction to my fabric, my Buxom Beauty. Yes, I did. And I'm glad you like her. I had a ton of fun making her. I'm not in my studio today, but I'll bring up a picture. That's actually coming up on Sunday. That's your next lesson for Sunday. So anyone who wants to join the Mixed Media Society, Sunday, this is your lesson. And that, look at her boobs. They make me so happy. And that's done with fabric, which is super fun. So her dress and her background was all done in fabric. She's called the Buxom Beauty because of her big boobs. Oh, sorry, it was fun.
Where can we find good face reference pics to practice with? Unsplash, Pixabay.
Literally.
Both of them have got
Life, anyone's face.
Mm-hmm. Take selfies.
Yes. You want to everything. The Celtic Collective. Oh, our Celtic Collection book of images. Yeah, everything is available on Amazon. Yeah. Everything is totally. But
I don't know whether you mean the Celtic Collection book, which is our book of inspirational images, or the magical mythical creatures.
Do you mean this one? Like, this is our book that we made together, and then we have another book that's you get with your Celtic Collective membership, which is like 300 copyright free. Do you like how I just had that at the ready? So impressive.
I know. So prepared.
That was like an accident. All right, I'm just skimming for more comments.
Sandra Reed said it is the diamond texture. I'm still not sure what she means by that. I'm not sure what you mean, Sandra.
I don't either. Do you mean on the mermaid scales or something? Is that what that is? Like a diamond scale?
Do you mean this?
Is that the mermaid scales?
If you mean this, did I use the graph gear pencil? Yeah, I think I did. I actually filmed it so long ago, I can't quite remember, but I think I mostly used that pencil and then a bit of graphite, like thicker graphite to get the darker tones. But basically, it doesn't use whatever pencil you've got, even if you've just got a school pencil. You know, sometimes I just use these regular school pencils. It doesn't really matter. It's all graphite inside. The only difference is how they're sharpened.
Pam asks, I find that I make so many fussy lines, especially with arms. How do I get less fussy? I would say one way is to follow videos, like follow tutorials and keep up with the teacher. So that's one thing. If you want to, like, if we're drawing together, if you're watching one of my videos, like, don't pause and go off, like, keep up, because that might help you, like, keep more to the point. But also maybe that what you're calling fussy lines might actually just be your style. Like, that might actually just be your how you make marks, which there's actually nothing wrong with that. And all of us, every single person makes marks differently. So I wouldn't actually necessarily actually even worry about that.
Can I add to that?
Of course, please.
Because I taught in primary school art for 15 years, so like children aged 5 to 11, and I used to always say to them when they had to sketch something, because the kids in school had the tendency to try and draw one line and get it perfect right at the start, but they would press down really hard. But the chances of you getting that one line perfect right from the start is 0,
right,
or 0.00001%. And what you much better, I think, if what you mean by fussy lines is lines that you need to erase, actually the best thing when I'm sketching out, I find that the best way of getting a shape or a line that I'm happy with is to press super, super light, like as light as I can. So I'm just like feathering over the page, but draw lots and lots of lines.
Yes.
Because throughout those lots of lines, I'm going to get one shape that's the perfect shape. And then what I can do is because I've drawn super light, I can erase all the other ones that I don't want. So if I have to draw a circle, well, nowadays I just have circle templates and I draw around them. But if I had to draw a circle without a template, I would go round and round and round and round and round and round and round with my pencil, but super light. And then from that, I would find the circle shape and erase everything else. Because if I press my pencil down and try and draw the perfect circle, try it yourself.
Yeah.
You're never going to get it. So I think you're seeing extra lines as being fussy, but I see them as being sketch lines. And some artists keep those in. Like Karen said, that could be your style. Some artists don't erase those lines. It's okay to see those sometimes. Sometimes that can add character to your artwork.
I totally agree. And I don't know if you did the first day fairy drawing. Every time I do a face, I'm not joking, I do like 50 lines, and I do them and I do them and I just keep going because it takes me like a minute for my muscle memory. I leave them all there. And once I've done like 50, then I'm like, what's the average of all these lines? That's usually my oval. And then I'll push down that one time. And then I'll like itch away at the other ones. But that exactly what Lucy said. Those first 50, there's literally 50 circles on my paper, but they're light. I just keep my pressure super light. And then I just push down when I'm like ready to rock and roll and be like, that's the one. And that's very natural. That's like, it's all good. But yeah. So maybe your lines aren't fussy, but your brain is just fussy about your lines. And your actually lines are fine. Trisha says I have a 0.3 graph here. Which lead do I use? I just use 0.3 lead.
Yeah, you need to get the thickness of lead for the graph gear. So for a 0.3 graph gear, you buy 0.3 lead. For a 0.5 graph gear, you buy 0.5
it's
lead.
the fact that it's sliding makes it sound like there's something wrong with your pencil. That shouldn't be sliding anywhere.
Sometimes it slides when it's about to run out of lead. So you might be running out of lead and you need to put a new one in, because when the lead is running out, it doesn't stick and it slides up and down.
Yes. And also like any brand is fine. And also any hardness is fine. I just ordered 4B lead for all my mechanical pencil. I have like a set of graph gear with 4, because I like it to be dark when I'm teaching. That way it's not too light, and I've never tried them before. But that doesn't change the thick. That's a separate than the thickness. So the 0.3 goes with 0.3, 0.5 with 0.5, regardless of hardness and regardless of brand. I feel like there's something maybe wrong with your barrel of your pencil.
All I'm seeing here is Facebook user. I can't see who it is because it doesn't show up in our comments.
Don't say that. Everyone gets stressed out if you say that.
But they told us that your booby lady looks like their boobs, and now I want to know who it is with the amazing
boobs. Yes. Yeah, you can use Pitt pens on absolutely anything. They're my favorite mixed media marker. And yes, you can totally switch to, just send me an email for sure.
Okay, see the question below. I seem to be having, so that happens all the time. It happens to me because, and I'm sure it happens to Karen, because we have cameras when we're filming, we have to have our paper flat on the table. But there's so many times where I pick my picture up. So you can do two things. You can draw flat and pick your picture up and hold it in front of you at regular intervals, because it will look different, because when you're drawing flat, you're looking at it from a funny angle. So either you draw flat on the paper and keep picking it up and looking at it and then putting it down and correcting, or because you don't have a camera above you where you need to keep it like this because you're filming it, you could, if you've got like a little easel, or you could hold it against a board, you can draw it in front while you're doing the drawing. You obviously can't do it with watercolor paints because they run, but while you're drawing, you could have it in front of you like this, and then you won't have that problem. That's why most artists, when they're painting something other than wet, like super wet media, will have their art on an easel rather than flat on the table, because it does distort the perspective when you've got it flat.
Oh yeah, that's good. Also, yeah, that happens to me sometimes. I'll film a lesson, and then I'll pick it up and be like, "Oh crap!"
I know.
It's because I'm never looking at it like I should be looking at it, which is also why I have neck issues, because I'm always like bending down to like fit under my camera, which is not good.
My exact problem. Sometimes I film a lesson. In fact, I know there's several lessons in the Celtic Collective where I filmed them and I thought that it looked fine while I was filming it, and then when I picked it up, I'm like, oh, her eyes are squinting.
Yes, 100%. That happens to me, and which is like always like, it's good to like get up, stand up, look at your work from different angles far away, or take a picture of it.
I was going to say there's other things you can do to help train your eye. That way you can take a picture of your work, because looking at your work through a photograph or through like your camera lens actually gives you that distance where you can see it. You can like see it
like objectively, I feel like.
Yes. And the other one that a lot of other people tell you to do, which I've never really done much, is to look at it in the mirror. So you put your picture down and then you look in a mirror at your picture, and then you'll see the mistakes. The mistakes will jump out at you.
Yes, that's a very good tip as well. The 20% discount is through Friday, but if all club members get 20% discounts on my Etsy shop every day that they're members. That 20% does not expire if you are a club member. I still don't understand the diamonds of the graph gear on the outside of the graph gear. I'm so sorry. I don't know. I'm really sorry that I'm not understanding that.
I don't understand either. The texture on the outside of the pen, I think it's just the shape of the pen, I think.
It helps you grasp it better.
It helps you grip it so it's not slidey, maybe.
Yeah. I used cans. The back side is smoother on cold press. Yes. Cold press is supposed to be textured, so you can always use it. That's the sign you're supposed to use.
Yeah.
So
and I
yes.
would watch, because there are some watercolor papers where you can use both sides, no problem, especially like in a journal or something. But there are certain makes of watercolor paper where the back side of it isn't really so good to paint on. So if it's cold press, I would use the side that's more textured. And
Yes.
the textured side gives you a nice effect with paints. The paints can like sit nicely and show texture on, the texture shows up when you paint.
Is there a guide for brushes, like size and width? I just filmed a whole thing for brushes for the Mixed Media Society. A lot of this boils down to budget, to scale of your project. So if you're doing like me, I always do everything big, so my brushes tend to be big. Lucy loves detail, so her brushes you might see her use might be teeny weeny tiny. I like don't even own those ones. Yeah, like I'm like, oh, I can't even look at them. So a lot of it is, but most of it's related to the scale and size of what you're working on. It's just as easy as that. So don't overthink it. Like if you have a big space, you just have a bigger brush. For watercolors, I think 90% of the time, most people work with just round brushes. That's like just the standard. I have a bunch of flats. I do enjoy flats. But since I discovered Polina Bright's brushes, I haven't used anything else since I started.
Her brushes are the only ones I use.
So that chucks all that out the window. And again, it's like, well, I grabbed the littler one. I grabbed her number 1 for small, her number 3 for big, and that's pretty much about it. Oh, is the diamond texture coarse on my hand? I've never
noticed.
Never crossed my mind. Nope. Never crossed my mind. We both looked tired.
Oh. Yeah, we both had Zoom calls just before this as well for other stuff to do with our work.
I have back-to-back Zooms literally all day.
And you realize that it's pointless telling either Karen or me to take a vacation, because like our vacation, my vacation last year was working at the castle.
Yes.
That was like, I'm having a vacation because I'm spending time at the castle with all these women, but actually that was work as well. Just felt like a vacation because you were here.
Right. Yes. And when I was visiting Lucy, we were looking for castles, which was the best shenanigans in the world, but we're still working because we're doing it because we're hosting a retreat. But yeah, it was super funny. Yeah. Oh, the freaking graph gear questions. Okay. Last one. What hardness of lead? I use whatever hardness comes with the pencil. I don't even know what it is. HB, 2B. And like I said, I just bought 4B. It's super dark. I just buy whatever literally comes. They all come loaded. They don't come empty. So whatever that is, I don't even know.
That's HB or 2B are a good all-rounders.
Yes. Yeah. Oh my God, this is hilarious. Yes, you can. Yes, you can change. Is there an easy way to draw mermaid scales? Did you show an easy way? I bet yours are not hard.
Let me hold this up again. I think, the easiest way to think about them, because I would say that sometimes 9 times out of 10, if you approach drawing in terms of not, oh my God, I've got to draw a mermaid, but right, I'm going to start off by drawing some circles, and then I'm going to draw an oblong shape, and that becomes her arm or whatever. Like if you break it down into simple shapes and simple angles, and this looks a little bit like this, or this looks a little bit like this, and just make those small steps, then before you know it, you've drawn something a lot more complicated than you thought.
I was also going to add, can I add one thing?
Yeah.
When I do, you actually even shouldn't. I'm going to be super bold, make a bold statement. You actually shouldn't draw all the mermaid scales. You shouldn't.
I didn't.
No, I'm not talking about, I don't mean you, Lucy. Yeah. I meant like in general. Yeah. See how there's like patches of them? And the reason
I didn't draw all of them. And actually I can't remember exactly what I said in the lesson because I filmed it a while ago, but their mermaid scales just look like roof tiles or fish scales, or they're basically this camera just messes with my head, you know, everything's like round the wrong way and upside down. They are just lots of W or U shapes.
I just see lots of swoop.
Yeah, and each one below is in between the one above it, but I only drew because if you tried to draw them from one side all the way to the other and all the way down, you'd get yourself confused. But if you only draw them in little batches of 3 or 4 and then leave a space and then draw another batch of 3 or 4, it's easier to keep on top of what you're drawing. And then as I went further down here, it becomes less defined and it's just like little wiggly shapes. Look, they're just like little wiggles.
I know, and it's funny that you said roof tiles because I was gonna say when I learned like architectural rendering in graduate school, like you would never, like if you were gonna draw a roof, like exactly like you said, or like the siding on a house. I teach this in the Fun Fab Drawing Club. You just have little, like, it's almost like you're just little hints of it here and there because your brain kind of fills it all out. You're like, yep, house, it's got shingles on it, got it. Like you don't need to draw it. And actually the less you draw, the cooler it looks. Very artsy fartsy rather than like filling in your entire mermaid scale. I was looking at my mermaid. This is a hilarious question. Are mermaids hatched or live birth? Trying to figure out if I should draw a belly button. That's hilarious. This is my mermaid. I have this is a mixed media mermaid I do in our book, and I love me a sexy belly button. That's just my 2 cents on that. Does yours have a belly button?
No, but I was copying Jean-Baptiste, and I don't think
it's kind of like hidden in that fold.
But also, her belly's at like a funny angle. So
yes. Oh, that my wind coming in the window is so nice. Oh, yay! You're welcome, Linda. Oh yeah, you don't need to. All my books are on Amazon Canada. Go to Amazon.ca. You don't need to. Yeah, just buy your books on Amazon and then get free shipping. Yes, yeah, it's bananas. It's bananas shipping internationally. So definitely don't order through Etsy. Oh my God. There's more craft gear questions. You guys are killing me. It's just a pencil. I promise. There's zero.
What was it the other day? I can't remember.
They were obsessed with pan pastels.
Oh yeah,
we're not even talking about that. I don't know.
Using them in the arty party, and everyone was asking pan pastel questions.
There are some more questions. Is the texture inside the pencil when you draw? It makes a noise. You feel like, oh my God, no. It's just a pencil. It's literally just a pencil. Now you guys are just messing with us.
I know.
Oh, I love the magic rubber question. Oh yeah, I use the Vanish eraser. I buy mine at Jerry's Artorama. It's in my illustration kit that I sell with Jerry's Artorama. They're very expensive on Amazon, so I would not go to Amazon to buy them.
Is that the ones for watercolor?
No, these are, I think if this is one she's talking about. And by the way, rubber is the English word for eraser.
Say, this is someone from the UK asking that question
because rubber,
you can't use that word.
No, a rubber in the US is just a condom and really nothing else other than a condom. So, we're not using condoms for the party, but I use it's called a Vanish eraser. Oh, yeah. Sorry. I actually had to move the Fun Fab Drawing Club to tomorrow. I emailed everyone that in Sunday's email. I just have too many Zooms, and then I forgot. And we had the live for the party, and I have a Zoom after this, and it was crazy Zooms. I moved it to tomorrow. And that's always, you always read your Sunday club emails for the latest. The calendar is always subject to change because my life is crazy. The drawing Zoom club is tomorrow. It is. I changed it. I haven't even sent the link. It is tomorrow. It is tomorrow. It is tomorrow. I changed it. I do have.
Oh, I think Karen's cut out. I hope she joins back in because I'm rubbish at keeping these things going on my own. I wonder what's happened to her.
Sorry.
You left me on my own for a minute. I was like, oh God, I have to actually talk to people on my own.
Out of here. Bye. I was like, oh shit. I was like, where'd everybody go? I do because like for when you join my drawing club, I actually like have all my most frequently used supplies and I just sell it in one box. So it's kind of easy if you're new. Yeah, if you go to Jerry's Artorama and you search Karen Campbell illustration, you can find me there. There's like, oh, there we go. Tara has the link. There's a short bit.ly link for it, but I can never remember what the heck it is. Oh, look at you. Marco Brush has the super short link. Thank you. Or you can just go to Jerry's Artorama. And I think there's 2 Vanish erasers in that kit actually. Because they're only like $2 at Jerry's and they're like $7 on Amazon. Oh. Well, you actually get the Celtic collection free when you join. So you don't have to buy it at all because you get it for free. Annual members will send it to you in the mail and everyone gets the virtual copy. So you can like print off any of the pages that you want to if you want to use for references. Hooray. Valerie likes the Pentel high polymer erasers. I actually have a video coming out. I bought like 20 different kinds of erasers because I want to actually compare them all to the Vanish. I'm trying to find a Vanish alternative, but right now the Vanish eraser.
I don't think I've ever seen a Vanish.
I know they're super
weird.
Is
it available in the UK?
They're barely available in the US outside of Jerry's Artorama, so I'm not actually really sure.
Oh, really?
Did I leave you one? Did I not leave you one?
No, I'm still just working my shouldn't admit this. Still working my way through a box of erasers that I acquired when I left school.
The Vanish smells funny. School
erasers.
No. Yeah, I don't find the Vanish eraser has any smell whatsoever. When I
look up Vanish eraser on Amazon, it's just giving me the sponge ones.
No. Yeah, the brand it's literally called like Vanish or something. So Celtic, if you're monthly for Celtic, you have it already as part of your membership. You're always welcome to buy the paperback, but you have the ebook already right for you in your membership.
4-in-1 artist eraser. I'm just looking to see if it's available in.
Do you want me to show it to you so you know what
is it called Vanish 4-in-1 artist eraser?
I think so.
Yeah, it's £67.21 for a pack of 30.
Yeah. That's what I mean. They're hard to get, but Jerry sells them, so that's why.
That's like a lifetime supply.
Oh.
Surely.
I'm not. Oh, put a wish list. I don't know that I have that kind of clout with them. I mean, you probably can just put things in your cart and not buy them. I don't do wish lists. I just buy them or I don't buy them. So I'm not a wish list person. I feel like everything's on my wish list. Like, what's not on my list? You're either on my wish list or you're in my house. Yeah, I don't know. Do they not have one? I don't know. I have never looked. Jerry's Artorama. Usually you can I don't know if they allow you to like favor items or something. I have one in my hometown. Like I have one near me, so I just go to it. That's why I don't even shop for them
jealous.
online.
I'd love to have a Jerry's Artorama near me.
They do. They have a favorites list. Who asked me that? Oh, here, I'll share my screen. They do. Present, share screen. Here we go. So if you go to Jerry's, like if you go to cart, where was it? Here. Once you log in, there's a favorites list. So yes, they do have one. It's just not called Wish. It's called favorites. So done. Yes, I've spoken with Jerry's Artorama and look, poof, instantly. They've made you a wish list right there. Blah, blah, blah. All right. Oh, let's do the giveaways. Okay, Margot picked the winners. There's 5. Oh shit. What? I wrote all the 5 and then I lost them. Wait, she texted them to me. Oh my god. Margot, thank you. That's hilarious. I was like, I had them 1 through 5 and now I can only find 1 and 2. I'm like, where? Oh, that fell down. That's so funny. I'm like, shoot. Okay. You ready? Okay. So these are chosen 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. All right, so today I'm choosing 5 art party winners. Tomorrow I'm doing my monthly regular giveaways that I always do, and those will be picked. The party giveaways will be over. This is the last ones. So these 5 people get to choose. This is massive. Anything from my Etsy shop or anything from of my Amazon books, because there's way more on Amazon than in my Etsy shop, or a $25 gift card on Amazon, or and and you can pick 1 month free of any membership. So you can pick 1 month free of Celtic Collective and hang out with me and Lucy for the month, or you can hang out with me in the Fun 5 Drawing Club or the Mixed Media Society. So you already saw my buxom lady that we're doing for Mixed Media Society. That's coming up on Sunday. And you don't ever have to even do the new lessons. You can go back and binge any of the 8 million lessons that are already in the library for you. Fun Fab Drawing Club, we're continuing with the 1960s. And then in March, we're doing the Unseelie Court. We're doing
spooky.
Yeah, the spooky ones for Celtic Collective. So the Amy, write me a note. Yeah, I will personalize these for you unless you let me know in your order. So if you want it to be a different name, can you email me please right away, or else I will end up personalize. I always personalize them to the person ordering them. So can you put that request in an email for me, like right now, Karen@awesomeartschool.com, unless I already shipped them. I sent out 1 million books yesterday, but I haven't filled my order for today. Okay. So the 5 winners are Mary. I'm going to butcher this last name. Wagner, W-A-G-G, Wag, O-N-E-R, owner, Wagner. It's like Wagner, but like extra things in there. Mary Wagner, you're number 1. And this, look at, she put a breaching whale next to her mermaid. Can you see the breaching whale?
Oh, that's so cool. I've been having a look in the group.
Good job.
I've still got loads to look through. So if I haven't commented on yours yet, I will get to it in time. I just need to find some time to go and have a look at them all.
Yeah, we are always in the Facebook group looking every day. Always every single day I'm in the Facebook group. Even though you won't see me, I am in there. So just because I haven't commented or hearted means nothing. I'm in there every single day. The second winner is Melanie Anderson Ploger. I'm not really sure. Ploeger. And of course, I will email these out. I will put them in the classroom. And Margot, if you can like spell these out in the chat too, that will be great. She's a new favorite medium. I think the water soluble graphite.
That's beautiful.
I love the ring around the moon or sun.
Yeah. It's a moon. I always Well,
That's
it's not my
gorgeous.
picture. I
I haven't.
copied John Baptiste, but I think I was drawn to it partially because of the
Yes.
moon.
Oh my gosh, look at this one. This one is by Gwen. These are chosen at random. These are not based on ability. I'm just oohing and eyeing because they're sitting in front of my face. Gwen Mater, who was not happy with her paper so much. Yeah, I can see some buckling, but your picture is freaking out of this world. This is Gwen's.
Oh, that's gorgeous.
She has a washi tape. I'm always jealous when people do that, actually fill in the backgrounds, because I'm always like, oh yeah, backgrounds. And she's got some beautiful salt effects on the top of the rocks. And the fourth winner is Stephanie C. Hoffman. She wasn't quite finished yet. She looks brilliantly finished to me. Jesus, look at this one.
Ooh,
these are amazing, you guys.
I know. Everyone did so well with this. You got to give yourself a huge pat on the back, because
yes,
we're checking out, it's Jean-Baptiste Mongeau. It's he's like a super artist. So even if you've only managed to get like 50% of it the way that you want, you're doing amazingly.
Yes. Oh, good. Gwen is in the chat. Yay, Gwen. Congratulations. Yay. And the last number 5 winner is Carla Brooke. She has her sketch right here.
Oh, I can't wait to see it finished.
I know. I hope you finish, or at least do a little shady shade for us to see, Carla. So I'm glad you posted what you did, because it got you to win. So that's amazing. So Carla Brooke.
Congratulations, everyone.
Congratulations, Stephanie Hoffman, Gwen Mater, Melanie Ploger, I'm just going to make that up, and Mary Wagner. So that wraps up all of the winners, holy winners. We had like a bajillion, and I don't even know why I do 5. Like, I'm always like, wow, that's a lot, Karen. You should just do 3. And I'm like, no, I'm feeling 5. I don't know. It's something about 5. I just like it. It's crazy, but it's fun. One winner is so sad. It's sad if you're just one lonely winner. I don't know. I have 1 or 3 or 4 when you can do 5. So, yeah, congratulations is right. Oh no, gosh, they're so no. Yeah. No, it's all everything's always just chosen at random, and I do the same thing for my monthly giveaways too. It's random. It's like, that's why too we're like, post your good, bad, and ugly, because all of it, all of it counts. So like, who cares? Just post whatever fun things you're working on. Hooray. All right, so in case you guys, just before we leave, I'm so sad.
Any more questions about the Pentel graph gear?
Any more questions about the diamond course enigma quality of the graph gear?
Sorry, that was cheesy.
First of all, you guys, we would love to keep partying with you all month long, every month long. We hope you will come and join us in one of the clubs at Awesome Art School. Doors are open through Thursday. And someone says, I have a question about FanFest deals. Oh, I see what you did there. Yeah. That was Monday's live. No. And tomorrow is the 1st, which means we're doing giveaways. Oh, and all of my magical team members are going to come and show up for tomorrow. So you guys get to see and meet Margot and Tara and Jeanette in the flesh. I know they love me when I'm like, can you guys come live? They're like, fine. I think they prefer to be behind the scenes, but I really think it's important for you guys to like see these lovely ladies who are dedicating all the hours of all their days to help you every single day. So they're going to come and say hi. Yes, right here. Say, it has to be, I think we have to move it to 1 because my son Max has an allergy shot appointment at 11. So I can't get back. We have to have a shot. Then we have to wait 30 minutes to make sure he doesn't have a reaction. And then we can go home, and then I have to bring him back to school. So probably 1, but same spot. Yes. And I will email everyone the link to that. And we pick 5 winners based on the hashtags Karen's YouTube. If you're following along with me on YouTube, Karen's art book. So any art book that you're learning from, you just post hashtag that. And also all 3 clubs. So Fun Fab Drawing Club, Celtic Collective, Mixed Media Society. We choose winners every single month from all of those clubs every month. So, whew. That's all I got. Okay. I'm all pooped out from the party.
Yeah,
It was
I don't
really
see any new
fun.
questions.
Okay. Thank you guys so much for
Thank you,
spending
everyone.
so much time with us this week. We hope you learned tons. We hope you had genuine fun. Maybe picked up some new fun art supplies that you hadn't tried before. Yeah, we just thank you for being here with us. It would be the saddest thing in the world if no one wanted to party with us. So we really appreciate you being here. Thank you for my current club members for showing up and play along too. This hashtag no longer works after today. Today was the last day, Gloria. But Gloria, you're a Wonder Bundle member, girlfriend, so you can post anything you want from any of the clubs at any time all day long. So yeah, no worries. We are not you can still use Art Party, but they're not going to be eligible for prizes. That was just limited to this 5 days only. Yeah, if you want to join a club, come on over to awesomeartschool.com. Oh, good. I'm so glad you love the parties. Yeah, super fun. Bye to Art Party. I know. Bye, Art Party. It was short and sweet. What is tomorrow's class about? Yesterday was the last day, actually. So they started, day 1 was last Friday. We did a Fairy Queen. Day 2 was 2 fashion sketches from the 1960s, which was, Saturday. Then day Sunday, we mixed mediafied them. And yesterday, Lucy released her lesson on a mermaid. So we are done. So today we chose winners of the people who had completed the mermaid from yesterday's class. And we are all finished. But I do live giveaways every single month right here for those who want to stay and keep learning with me all the time because it's so fun. Bye, Art Party. All right. So if you're on my email list, you will get a link to tomorrow's giveaway as well. And you guys are all encouraged to stay right here in the Facebook group and keep posting and learning with us all day, every day. Good. Awesome. All right, my friends. Well, thank you so much. That's
Thank you.
Art Party 2023 February. I'll be back and do one in the fall. And then usually in July, we'll do something fun because that's the Celtic Collective's birthday. So July 7th, I'll never forget. So we'll open doors then again. But doors are closing Thursday, 6 p.m. Eastern time if you want to come and join us. Bye, guys. Bye.
Bye.
I'll call you like I said, bye poopies. That's what I say to my family members. So if I call you a poopy, it just means I love you so much. Lucy's like, okay, hang up already. Okay, bye. Bye. Thank you, Jeanette, for the hashtags. You guys ought to